It's still going.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the workshop.
Today we're gonna be showing you how to make an easy DIY air vortex cannon.
That's right, Nate's the one who's prototyped this project. He's gonna walk you through step by step on how you can make one of these air shooting bazookas on a budget.
This toy is called an Airzooka and it shoots rings of air over 30 feet. To make it work, you just pull back on the handle and release. The handle and the plastic are attached to a bungee cord, which gives it force when you fire it. As the air is forced out the front of the cannon, the air in the middle is moving faster than the air on the sides, which makes it form into a ring. The faster moving air in the center of the ring has lower pressure and pulls the ring together to keep it all together as it travels. The purpose of today's video is to see if we can replicate this air vortex gun using easily available and low-cost materials. The materials you need for this project are pretty simple and you can find them at your local hardware store and dollar store. I've got some clear plastic tape, some black duct tape, a nylon screw and nut, 2 wood screws, 3 number 12 24 by 1 inch machine screws and matching machine nuts, a clear shower curtain, and a wooden stake. So I got this bucket at the dollar store. If you can, find a bucket that doesn't have a pour spout around the lip. If your bucket has a handle, pull or cut it off so it won't get in your way. We want to cut a circle out of the bottom of the bucket, leaving a rim about 1.5 inches wide all the way around. This bucket happens to have an indentation just the right size. Now we've got a hole cut in our bucket, let's make a handle for it next. Line the wooden stake up on the bucket and measure how long you want the support for your handle to be. Once you've cut the stake to the right size, place it back next to the bucket and mark 3 points near the top, middle, and bottom. Using a drill bit the same size as your machine screws, drill through the wood and the bucket. Hold the wooden stake against the piece you've already cut and drilled and measure how long you want it to be as a handle. Clamping the handle, line the support rail up so that your handle is approximately in the middle of the first 2 holes that you drilled. Drill 2 pilot holes through the support rail into the handle. It's a good idea to sand your handle down to make it more comfortable to hold on to, and once you've got that finished, it's time to find a soda bottle. You can use any size of soda bottle that you have lying around because we really only need the top 2 inches. Using a knife or a pair of scissors, cut the top off of your soda bottle. We're using a blowtorch to heat up a small nail. If you don't have a blowtorch available, you can also use a lighter or the flame from your stove. While the head of the nail is hot, melt a small hole near the neck of the bottle. Heat the nail head back up and do the same thing on the other side. By melting the hole rather than drilling it, you get added strength from the melted plastic. Now let's mark 2 points on opposite sides of the bucket, almost at the bottom. Heat up the nail again and melt holes in the bucket where we've marked it, the same way we did with the soda bottle. With the bucket and the handle prepped, we can move on to making a plastic diaphragm to force air out of the cannon on demand. I'm using a medium weight shower liner because it's a cheap and durable form of plastic that also lets you see through your air bazooka as you're shooting at your target. A cheap alternative to the shower liner is the Mylar cooler bags that you can often pick up at the dollar store. They aren't transparent, but they are tough and low cost. Spread your sheet of plastic out on a flat surface so that with the bucket in the middle, you have at least a foot of clearance on each side. Take your soda bottle and put it about where the middle of the bucket was. With a marker, mark where your soda bottle is on the sheet of plastic. Remove the cap from your soda bottle top and place the rest of the bottle underneath the sheet of plastic lined up with the circle you just marked. Push the cap down over the plastic until it can screw into place on the soda bottle beneath. You can see that the soda bottle top is now attached to the plastic. To make it easier to work with, do a rough cut of the plastic, leaving that 1-foot border around the bucket. With your bucket right side up, place the soda top and the plastic on top of the bucket with the cap pointing up. Press the soda top and plastic down into the bucket until they are about halfway to the bottom. Making sure that your soda bottle is centered within your bucket, mark on the plastic one point where it meets the edge of the bucket. Measure the distance from where the soda bottle is attached to the lines that you have marked on the plastic. Measuring that same distance, make additional marks all the way around the plastic in a circle. Connect the dotted lines to get one continuous circle. If your circle isn't perfect, it shouldn't be a problem, so if your lines look crooked here or there, don't be too concerned about it. The next step we're going to do is cover the whole circle that we've just drawn in a layer of packaging tape. To start off, place one piece of tape right across the center of the circle. Be sure that the piece you tear off is long enough that the edges reach just beyond the circle. Line up your next piece of tape with the first so that the edges are just barely touching. Continue adding strips until your whole circle is covered with a single layer of tape. The packaging tape is very strong and it doesn't stretch, so it's a good reinforcement for your sheet of plastic. Once you have a layer of tape covering the whole circle, you want to cut around the line that you've drawn. Now that we've attached our tape and cut our circle, we're going to reattach the soda bottle where it was before. Now we just need to make this handle a bit easier to grab onto. We're going to be using a nylon nut and bolt to attach our handle. Metal hardware would work too, but these don't weigh as much. If your local hardware store doesn't carry nylon nuts and bolts, try checking for toilet seat hinge hardware. We'll also need a bungee cord. I got these bungee cords in a pack of 8 at Home Depot for about $6. Cut the bungee cord to remove the plastic ball. Using a drill bit the same size as your nylon bolt, drill a hole in your soda cap and plastic. You'll want the plastic ball from your bungee cord to fit over the nylon bolt. If the hole is too small, use the same drill bit that you used on the soda cap to widen it. Thread the nylon bolt through the plastic ball and then through the hole in the soda cap. From the inside of the bottle top, thread the nylon nut onto the bolt. It doesn't have to be threaded down all the way, but enough that it's not going to let go. Alright guys, quick update. We've assembled all of the different pieces that we're going to need for our Air Vortex cannon, but first we're going to take some spray paint and decorate it King of Random style. Alright guys, we've got everything painted and ready. Let's assemble it into an Air Vortex cannon. Once we have our bottle top centered inside the bucket, let's take a piece of black duct tape and attach the edge of our plastic sheet to the edge of the bucket. After we tape down the first edge, the second part that we tape should be directly across from it. Once you have your first two sides attached, the next two you want to do are going to be at a 90-degree angle from those two. In between the four corners that you taped, you're going to want to do a sort of accordion fold to get the plastic to lay flat against the bucket. Go ahead and tape over any gaps so that the whole edge of the plastic is secured to the bucket. Alright, we've got our plastic attached. It moves backward and forward. Now all we have to do is attach our handle and make it spring-loaded. Thread your bungee cord in through one of the holes in the side of the bucket, through both of the holes in the soda bottle top, and then out through the other bucket hole. Now I want to mark the bungee cord where it's leaving the bucket, but because my cord is black, I can't very well draw on it with a marker, so I'm just using a small piece of masking tape to mark it. By marking the bungee cord with tape, we know where to tie the knot to keep the bungee cord in the right place. Stretch your bungee cord out and tie an overhand knot that overlaps with where you just marked it with tape. Place the handle and support rail along the bucket where it was when you drilled the holes. On the inside of the bucket, attach the 3 nuts and then use a screwdriver to tighten everything down. Remove the excess bungee cord and you're ready to go. Alright guys, there you go. Your Air Vortex cannon is now ready to use. Let's figure out some cool things that you can do with your new toy. That was great. One of the things that I want to try is make it so you can actually see the vortex of air as it leaves the gun. So here I've got a cup of warm water and some dry ice. I'm going to drop the dry ice in and try and suck up some of the cloud and shoot it out as a ring. The dry ice doesn't make a ring as well as I was hoping it would. The water vapor that makes up the cloud warms up so quickly that it dissipates and you can't really see where the ring goes. But don't worry guys, I have an idea for how we can make a ring that will last a lot longer. Not long ago, we showed you how to make some colored smoke powder, and I'm going to light some off and see if I can get a colored smoke ring to travel a long distance.
Oh, that's great. Oh, nailed it.
It's still going, still visible. There you go, some cool things you can do with your Air Vortex cannon. Shooting over targets, launching colored rings up to 30 feet, or maybe just messing with your friends, family, and pets. One of the things I thought of while I was playing with this is how much fun it might be if we built a giant scaled up version of this, or if we made a small pocket version. Look for those in an upcoming video. If you want to buy one that's already assembled for you, click the link in the description and you can get one online.
There you have it, guys, the Air Blaster cannon. Big thanks to Nate for throwing this project together for us. If you like what he's doing, give this video a big thumbs up and leave him a nice comment below.
Thanks for joining us for this project today, and we'll see you in the next one. Talk to you then.